Good morning, warriors. We are starting with area this morning, and we are on module 4, lesson 11. We're going to be working with some associative property and side lengths to find the area of rectangles. Let's warm up with some fluency. You can see the problems on your screen. Go ahead and pause the video. You're going to write these multiplication equations on your own whiteboard, filling in the missing factor. When you're ready to see the answers, you're going to restart the video. The missing factors are 6 times 2 equals 12, 4 times 3 equals 12, 2 times 6 equals 12. Remember, commutative property of multiplication, those factors can communicate in any order. 3 times 4 equals 12. What you need to notice is that 2 groups of 6 actually will give me the same amount. My product will end up being the same as 3 groups of 4. So that's something that you need to remember as you're learning your multiplication facts. 3 groups of 8 will give me 24. 4 groups of 6 will give me 24. 8 groups of 3 will give me 24. What do you think 6 groups of 4 will give me? You should say 24. Great job. Check your work. We're going to erase our boards. It's hard to do with one hand. Hold on. Really close up. All right. Now, let's find the area. I'm going to show you a rectangle. Of course, you're going to pretend that my lines are perfectly straight and that I did a great job using a straight edge. We're going to do a little review here. Okay, take a look at the big rectangle and then how I've split it into 2 smaller rectangles so that I can decompose the big rectangle and make it easier to find the area. Remember, area is going to talk about how many little square units would fit on the surface of the shape. Okay, on your whiteboard, you're going to write an expression we could use to find the area of the shaded rectangle. We're going to call that part shaded. So write an expression, pause your video, and then you're going to check. You should have written 3 times 5. If I take this side length of 3 units and this side length of the shaded part of 5 units, I multiply those together, I should get the area of the shaded part of the rectangle. Now, you're going to write an expression to help me find the unshaded part of the rectangle, the area, of the unshaded part of the rectangle. So pause your video, write an expression to help you find the area of the unshaded part of the rectangle, and then start your video again. And you should have written 3, because this side length in a perfect drawing would be the same size as that side length, which would be the same size as that side length. So 3 units times 3 units would give me the area of the unshaded part of the rectangle. Okay, and then my question is, how can you use these expressions to help find the area of the entire rectangle, the large rectangle? And your answer should be that you're going to add them. So we're going to take 3 groups of 5, which is 15, and 3 groups of 3, which is 9. Very good. We're going to put those areas together. The way I like to think of it is, well, I know 15 plus 10 is 25. So I just take 1 away and I get 24. Then the area of the entire big rectangle is going to be 24 square units. Remember, it has to be square units because we're talking about how many of those little square units would fit on the surface. Like if I wanted to buy grass for my field, how much do I need to cover it? All right, Gonna erase my board again. Here's your extreme close-up. And we're ready for our application problem. If you've struggled so far, you can stop at any time and join Miss Carol. Here's your application problem. You'll find it in your Learn book for Lesson 11, Module 3.4. The banquet table in a restaurant measures 3 feet by 6 feet. I'm going to show it to you here. For a large party, workers at the restaurant place 2 banquet tables side by side to create 1 long table. Find the area of the new longer table. You're going to work this out on your whiteboard, then come back to check your answer and see if you're on the right track. Go ahead and pause the video now. All right, if I treated this problem like a 3-read, I would know that we've got a party going on. We've got tables that we put side by side, and now we need to find the area of the longer table if one table measures 3 feet, oops, I want to label it, by 6 feet. Okay, and I've been told that the workers at the restaurant are going to put 2 of those tables side by side for a big party. And we're going to pretend that my drawing is perfect and those are the same. But that tells me that this is 6 feet and that is also 3 feet. And now I should be able to see the big, large rectangle. Okay. The expression that's going to help me figure out the area of the entire rectangle would be 3 feet times 6 feet plus 3 feet times 6 feet, which ends up being 18 plus 18. Okay, and I can think of 20 plus 20, which is really close. 20 plus 20 would be 40, and I can take away 4. Or I can think 8 plus 8. I know that's a doubles fact, and that gives me 16. Either way, I should end up with 36, but now I know my unit is feet. So I need square feet. That is the area of the entire 2 tables put together. If you're understanding, and you're getting the right answers, you can go ahead and move on. I'm gonna erase my board for the next problem. And today in your problem set, you're gonna be working on using side lengths to find the area. So if I said this was 3 units, this side was 12 units, you're gonna write an expression to show how to find the area of a rectangle with side lengths 3 and 12. Pause the video and check yourself. Your expression should be 3 times 12. That'll help give me that expression right there will give me the surface area of this rectangle. Okay. So we should know our 12's facts. We definitely should know our 3's facts to 12. But this is something that we already have worked on today in class, so you would know that this is 36. Okay. And so the area of the rectangle, and you could break up your 12 into 10 and 2, right? Because then I know 3 times 10 plus 3 times 2, I can use my distributive property there, and I've got 30 plus 6, which is the same as 36, okay? So my area of this rectangle is 36 square units. I write units because I don't know, they didn't tell me my unit, if it's feet or inches, okay? I want you to take a look at this expression right here. A little messy. All right. Why is this expression equal to the one you just wrote? Pause the video, come up with an answer. I'm talking about this expression right here. Why is this equal to it? And you should see that the answer is because I just took 12 and I broke it up into its factors. 2 times 6, that's the same thing as 12, okay? Now, can you write this expression on your whiteboard with the parentheses in a different place? Will it change? Pause the video and then check yourself. All right, if you're checking yourself and you moved the parentheses there, go ahead and solve it. You should have ended up with 6 times 6, which is also 36. There's so many different ways to find the area of this rectangle if you just look at the numbers and use what you know. Can I move the parentheses? Yes, because both of my operations are multiplication. If I had a different operation in there, I might not be able to move the parentheses. Okay. This is about the gist here of today's lesson. It's just being able to use the side lengths and break them up into pieces you know to help you find the area of shapes. Okay, so now you're going to go in your Learn book. You are going to work on your problem set for Module 4, Lesson 11. You should be able to do this problem set in about 10 minutes. When you're finished, the first person done can interrupt my small group. I'll check it, and then if your problems are right, you can be the checker. And once you've turned in your problem set, you've got a star on it, you can move on to Prodigy. I look forward to seeing your work.